I just did a 24-hour water fast to see if I could get my blood sugar levels to calm down a bit. I am disappointed, and frankly, I am a little bit scared, but I am optimistic because I am set on fixing this. This video is part of my casual journal style videos without big scripts, plan, or any heavy editing. This is like a journal for me, and it's a chance for you to follow along on this journey while to watch me fix my health. But please, nothing on this channel is medical advice. I want you to regard it as entertainment, maybe inspiration, but it's not advice. You have to do you. So the backstory of this video and this whole situation I find myself in right now is that I bought one of these, the continuous glucose monitor, CGM, in my local pharmacy 6 days ago, mostly for fun, because I wanted to see how blood sugar, how what I eat affects my blood sugar. You can guess my surprise when I realized the measures and the numbers I got from my Dexcom app were at pre-diabetic levels. The first days I was hovering between 6 and 7 millimoles, which is how we measure it here in Europe. But for you Americans, that is between 108 and 26 milligrams. And those numbers, so 6 and 7, or 108 to 126 milligrams, those numbers are in the upper level of pre-diabetic. And if you go beyond 7 or 126, it's actually regarded as type 2 diabetes, as I understand it. But my frustration actually grew even more after a day or two, because I noticed that my fasted blood glucose level was between 7 and 8 suddenly, which means diabetic levels. Now, it is worth mentioning that stress release cortisol, which again increases blood glucose, and finding out that I'm basically diabetic, or very, very close to, has freaked me the heck out. I have been neglecting my health for years, and now at 50, I'm basically paying the price. And on top of that, both my businesses, I have two, they aren't doing great. And I realized this week that I might not have one of them by the end of this year, and possibly even sooner. So in other words, there's a lot of added stress for me this week. So my fasted number now lingers between 7 and 8, or between 126 and 144, which is, hello type 2 diabetes. So after doing some research yesterday during the day, I decided to do a 24-hour water fast to see how the fast would affect my blood glucose, and hopefully bring it down a bit. So I had my last meal last evening at 6:30, and I don't remember what my levels were. It doesn't matter so much. But what is more important is that when I woke up, my levels were hovering around 8 or 144. And yep, those are diabetic numbers. Now, the fast itself was much easier than I expected. And I mean, honestly, I'm really fucking scared, to be honest. But I am, and pardon the swearing, but I am really, really determined So determined to fix this. So surprisingly, it wasn't as hard as I expected to do the fast. So I know, I guess it all comes down to mindset, huh? So my day today was quite normal. I got up. Actually, I slept in a bit. I think I slept until 8:30. But anyway, I went to the gym, but I had a relaxing training session today because I knew that I wasn't going to be eating anything or getting any sort of energy. But so I did some mobility exercises. I did some core work, which again, something I'll make a separate video about because there's so much stuff wrong with this body. Anyway, after the gym, I went to a cafe for a couple of hours. I had my laptop with me, so I sat there for a couple of hours. And while there, I drank a pot of green tea. And of course, no sugar. Actually, I never drink sugar with my tea anyway. And then I came home. Then I went for a walk with my dogs for half an hour, 40 minutes. And then I worked some more. And at 6:30, 24 hours since I last ate, I broke my fast. And that's actually the lowest my blood sugar has been in those 24 hours and even before that. But honestly, it didn't go down far. It was at 7.4 or 133 for you Americans. And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I don't have a gallbladder, again, another video, another problem that I have to deal with, I would actually extend my fast until tomorrow because the fast went much easier than expected. And yeah, I'm properly motivated. But it's not recommended if you do not have a gallbladder to do a long fast, and sort of 24 hours is about as long as you should stretch it, and only occasionally. So I made some food, and here's a picture of it for you. It was just 2 scrambled eggs and some boiled broccoli, some broccoli that I had lying around in the fridge. So you have to break your fast with a very easy and light meal, not to overload your systems. So that's what I did. And how did it all go? Well, it's been 2 hours, well, actually 3 hours from recording this, but it's been a while after my meal, and my blood sugar levels are around 8.5, and which is well beyond 150. So this means that my blood sugar went up from about 15% from where we started. So that was 7.4 up to about 8.5. So yeah, a 15% increase. And as of recording this, it hasn't come down again to 7 something. Oh, and I need to mention that I after my meal, I went straight out with my dogs to go for a walk, which is also recommended to, like, right after your meal to go for a walk or do something physical, because it will blunt or take down some of that blood sugar spike. So what can I then conclude from this 24-hour experiment? Well, my body is telling me that I am still insulin resistant and I'm not responding to fasting the way someone with a functioning metabolism would. At least, not yet. It means that my liver is still dumping glucose into my body, and I'm also sure that my cortisol levels are quite elevated because I've been quite stressed the last 5 days, as I already told you. And I'm sure I've been insulin resistant for quite a while already. And I think that my body is still in emergency mode. And, stress means hold on to sugar. That's kind of what the body does. but also insulin-resistant people often have inappropriately elevated insulin, and my body can't access fat stores easily. So the liver kind of keeps supplying my body sugar because of it. So is this 24-hour experiment a failure? In one way, yes. But also, now I have a baseline. I guess what I just did was actually to perform a metabolic stress test on my body. And now I have a benchmark to track my progress from. But ultimately, what I probably have discovered here is the truth. And the truth is that I have a significant insulin resistance. And now my body is going to need consistent training to recover from it. You know, it really sucks that this is what it's come to. At the same time, it's a gift that I was given by chance because I discovered that my body is in a dire state. Now I have an opportunity to fix it. Type 2 diabetes is reversible, and that is exactly what I intend to do. So next now is that I will create a diet for myself and a system and a process for how I'm going to get myself out of this situation, how to get myself out of this crap. And I guess I will apply my entrepreneurial mindset, my business mindset to fixing my body the same way that I fix business problems. So if you want to follow along, I will be documenting everything here on YouTube. I do not know how long it will take to fix. I don't know how hard it will be. I do know that this is not going to be easy, and I'm prepared for that. But being diabetic is not on my list of things that are okay. So, away with diabetes. This is not for me. And I will fix it and I will change. And that change is coming now. It's starting now. Today is day 1. Well, technically it's day 6. But that's how it is. So if you would like to be entertained or inspired by my journey and my struggles and my misery, well, find that follow, like button, whatever the heck it is. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comments below, and let's have a conversation. Let's help each other. Let's inspire each other. Okay, until the next update, bye-bye.